Hello, mega exercises. This is the muscle lady here to remind you to exercise your muscle. Hashtag exercise your muscle. Today we'll be talking about sharpening your pencil. So if you followed the series Consequences of Not Exercising Your Muscle, in one of them we dealt with that we are all coloring pencils here on earth to make it a more beautiful picture. So I want us to talk about sharpening our pencils, seeing that we are pencils, right? So that means just bettering the skill that's already inside of us. So we know that we all have a talent muscle. We all are gifted in that. Nobody was brought here empty. We all have a talent, right? And it's like a muscle which is weak unless you exercise it, until you exercise it. And when you exercise it, it becomes attractive, it becomes strong to be able to move certain stuff. That's where you have power to change where you stay, to change what you drive, to change what you wear or eat. And also, besides the power, it has influence. So when your muscle is exercised, it attracts the people that it's supposed to influence or better their lives. And that's when we learn, that's when money flows, that's when resource flows. So we don't actually have to chase the resources. Money is a resource, guys. Money is not an end goal. It's a resource. It's something that helps us exercise our muscle, right? So some will get more, some will get less, just enough of what you need. So today we'll be talking about sharpening your pencil. And I'm thinking of maybe doing a series of this, maybe talking to different people, seeing how they sharpening your pencil. So I thought maybe to start this series, let me tell you how I'm sharpening my pencil. Meaning, how am I intending to get better with the skill, with the talent that I've been given? How am I exercising my muscle, right? So you all know this story, but I'm going to tell it for those who don't know the story. Back in the day, I remember I never knew what my talent was. I remember every week bothering my mom and sister, like crying even, saying that I know everybody has a talent. My family, they have a talent. They're good with their hands, their mind. They're so creative, right? And I'd look at my life and what was I good at? I mean, I'd ask them, what am I good at? And none of them could answer me, guys. I mean, my sister would say, well, you like to clean. But I'm like, but that's not what I'm good at. I have to clean. I mean, who doesn't like a clean place, right? So for some time, I'm not sure if it was years, but I know for quite some time, I didn't know what my talent is. Therefore, I didn't know what value I was brought with. So I just led a normal life and, but it doesn't mean that the talent muscle wasn't there all the time. I just didn't know what it was. Therefore, I couldn't exercise it. Then up until some point, I actually met Pastor Luke, right? He actually helped me discover this talent. So I always knew I'd talk. I mean, this is what I would get in trouble for at school. In the bus, it was me at the back. Bona. On a Thursday, on a Monday, wrestling, WWE. It's me. I knew I loved to talk. And it's also at some point where my sister also made me realize that she would tell me, like, after I talked to her, I made her feel a certain way. And she would try and make me talk to all her friends. Like, she would always tell them, you need to talk to my sister. I didn't know that it was a talent muscle, a gift. I just thought I'm just being me. So until through the years where I realized, wow, not everybody speaks. Not only just speaking, not everybody encourages other people to find out what their talent muscle is and to exercise it, right? So then it started off, how I started exercising my muscle was in church, right? Pastor Luke would give me the mic and to greet people. The first time I stood on a stage, guys, my gosh, I thought, this is not for me. Never doing this again. Plus, I was ill prepared. I got told the night before. I got the script the day. If you want to make anybody nervous, do that. So I thought I flunked it. I messed it up. And then he put me back again the following week. Then after that, I had more time to prepare, right? So I studied the script. But it doesn't take the nerves away. I mean, like, even now, guys, it's nerve-wracking. It's just because it's a skill, you do it better. But put me on a stage, the adrenaline still runs, the nerves still runs, you know? But the talent is there. So then over the years, yeah, I got a bit more comfortable with speaking. But also, I started reading a lot and watching presentations and listening to other speakers, you know, how they presented themselves, how they presented a presentation, which I'm still doing. I mean, you exercise your muscle continuously. Think about it. When you go to gym and you're hitting those weights, you are doing it and you start seeing a muscle, then you stop because you're thinking, no, I'm done. I've made it. What's going to happen? The muscle is going to decrease in size, and then you're gonna gain weight, and then, you know, all the effort will have gone to waste. So one thing we must always remember about exercising your muscle is that it is a continuous thing. Okay, back to my story. So then I started speaking, and funny enough, in school, that is what I loved, the stage. I mean, when I do speeches, when I do presentations, I loved it. I came alive, but I didn't know back then. So okay, now I know. Well, I didn't really know. I just knew, okay, I love the stage. I love the mic. They actually used to call me the drama queen. But I love the stage. I love to speak to people, and not only just speak at people, because somehow when you're speaking to people, your faces, guys, they speak back to a presenter, right? So you can actually see when somebody's confused with what you just said, or they don't agree. That's when maybe you can build a bit on the topic that you would be talking about, right? So then I started realizing I'm liking this talking, but I never really thought it's a gift. I just thought, well, everybody talks, right? And as a Christian, especially because I've been raised Christian, we all positive speakers. Which Christian do you know that goes out and just speaks negativity? So I never realized it was a gift. My sister's been so instrumental, guys, in me identifying this gift, because she'd always come back with feedback and tell me, you know, my guy, wow, I liked it when you said this to me. I tried it, it worked. You know, stuff like that. So that's when I realized, oh, it's a gift. And she'd tell me, not everybody speaks, because she's, I won't say shy, because she's just quiet until she knows you. She's not shy. But she tell me it's not a everybody gift, you know. There's something about you when you speak. Wow. Oh, not even just when you speak on a public domain, like on a one-on-one. When you greet a person, you make people feel seen. You make people feel seen. So okay. Then okay, I've got a gift. Okay. So what? Okay, now that I knew what my gift is, like, okay, so what? We all have gifts. And then what? You know? Till then, the story, we spoke about the story also the last time of the 3 servants. The master went away, and the Bible says he gave them each his talent, right? The one he gave 5 talents, the one he gave 2 talents, to the one he gave 1 talent. And the one with the 5 talent multiplied it. And when the master came back and wanted his return on investment, he asked his servants, okay guys, I gave you stuff to work on, and I said work on it, right? So what return on investment are you going to give back to me? The one with the 5 talents said, well, master, yes, thank you, you gave me the 5, I multiplied it, I got 10 more. I got 5 more. Then the one with the 2 said the same thing, like, master, yeah, I did the same. I multiplied mine and I got 4. Then the one with the 1 talent said, shoo, you are such a tough master, you know, you always want in return where you didn't sow. So I got scared. And let's face it, guys, it's not even that it's the master's fault. It's just that we get scared to exercise our muscle. People are scary, you know, feedback. People give feedback like you whack, shut up, sit down, or who do you think you are? Who told you you can cook? This is terrible, you know. So that makes us scared, and then we don't exercise that talent that we've been given. So the master says to this one, you wicked and lazy servant, get away from me. And he tells the people, take that one and give it to the one with the 10. When I heard the story, guys, I was like, whoa. So I'm actually given this talent for a reason. Oh, okay. Okay, I just thought maybe it was just for my family, just for my sister when she needed it, and sometimes for her friends. But then I started realizing it with my friends also. Their friends, strangers. You know, like it becomes a repetition, and they all say the same thing. Shoot, when you speak, oh, what you say, wow. But you're thinking, this is basics, this is common knowledge, isn't it? And they're like, no. I think the reason why we sometimes miss our talent muscle is because it's so common to us. I've been like this all my life. I've been a speaker. Guys, go back to primary school. I'm sure my teachers will tell you that girl spoke too much. So it's something that you've always had. So you mislook it. You don't think it's worthy of anything, right? Hence you mislook it. Once I actually knew the value of what I carry, which is what we spoke about in the last episode of consequences of not exercising your muscle. Once you know your value, then you want to exercise your muscle, right? Then so I'm telling you about my journey of how I'm exercising my muscle, right? So okay, all these years I knew, and my sister has been on my neck on, guy, you have to open up social media, get out there, because people need to hear what you're saying. I didn't take it seriously because okay, you know what your talent muscle is doesn't necessarily mean the first day you're gonna jump on it and let's go. You exercise, you doubt yourself, you chill, you exercise, you doubt, because at some point, you know, when you go into gym, right, especially if you were badly out of shape, when you start exercising it, you feeling the difference, but it's not really physical yet. So sometimes you get demotivated, or you're thinking it's not working. I got a lot of that. Like, I would exercise my muscle, but I thought it's not working, you know. So then I opened up Facebook page, just to shut my sister up. I opened up a Facebook page and I'd post once in a while. At least I'm doing something with this talent muscle, and I'm not going to be like that one talent person who was a wicked and lazy servant. At least I was doing something. Then there was like a show, or okay, I can't say really a show, but a presentation that was being held by Master Resources, I think is what they called here at the convention center. My mom invited me to that. I went grudgingly because I wasn't really interested. But then I actually was introduced to this person, Lisa Nichols. I had never heard about her before. I had never seen her. But when she got on the stage, it sounded like everybody in the room knew who this lady was. You know what? Yes. I didn't know who that person was. Then, wow, guys, something magical happened. I'm telling you, as that woman was speaking, and she's talking about really unleashing this, whatever is in you, aka exercising your muscle. And I sobbed, I cried. I can't explain it, but it was like she's talking to me, and she kept on asking, what is holding you back from exercising your muscle? I term it exercising your muscle, but what is holding you back from being who you were created to be? After that, I think that triggered something in me, because after that, then I started really taking this gift serious. And note, I'm going to go back again. I took it serious, but it doesn't mean that I always exercised it. And we'll talk about that as we're talking now. So I think, oh no, yeah, even Facebook, I opened it after that encounter, right? I opened Facebook, and then I started reading up and watching. You know, you need to educate yourself also. How do you get better? Because then I wanted to know, I had never had a page. I had never managed a page before that. So I went to read up, educate myself, ask people around, you know, how do I do this? And open up Facebook and I'd post some stuff here and there. And funny enough, I'd get feedback from people who don't like. They don't necessarily like the post that you do, but they like it because I'd get feedback like, wow, exercise your muscle. I'm like, oh, what? Even now, like, because with stats and stuff, because also you want to see how good are you boring people, should this be here? But I think I'm beyond that point now. I know I've got a talent muscle and I'm exercising it regardless, right? But back then, people's likes really used to matter to me. You know, feedback. You might be a baker, you might be, I don't know, an actress. So you're probably also at that stage where you're wanting people's feedback and you're not getting it. So you're thinking, it's not working. Trust me, it is. It's when I started getting feedback also from these people, my sister and people, and I'm like, but guys, you don't like the videos. They're like, but we are your supporters. We don't really necessarily have to like it with a tick. So Facebook tells you we like it. We're telling you that we like it. So keep on at it. So point to somebody out there. So yeah, then I'd post stuff whenever, you know, I'd get a drop down, a download, and then I would post stuff, and but then life happened, work, you know, then you lose focus. You lose focus on this gift because it's just, you don't see it as a tangible thing, right? It's just what I do in my spare time. It's what I did with my spare time. So when I didn't have spare time, I didn't do it. I mean, most of you have been on this journey with me, right? You'd see I post, and I keep quiet, and I post, and so it's been a journey where I also then, and still, you know, you would know that you've got this talent and you would know that you need to exercise it. But sometimes that exercise that you thought is the one doesn't necessarily work. I mean, I've spoken to gym people, right? And they tell you at some point, you know, if you've been picking up 1 kg, maybe 1 kg, and you see the difference, you need to up the exercise. If you don't, then you won't see results. I think I got to a point where I knew post a poster once in a while, it will, you know, at least you're exercising your muscle, because you're thinking you're silencing the guilt of not exercising your muscle. But at some point, you know, you could do more, you could do better, you need to do more to exercise your muscle, because that one term post is not exercising your muscle. You know, being real, that baking a cake twice a year, only when you've got free time, that's not really exercising muscle. You know, when you bake that cake, you come alive, you know. #ExerciseYourMuscle. Thank you for watching this video. I truly value you. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you will be notified whenever a new video comes out. Please tell us in the comment, how are you sharpening your pencil? Click here for the series on consequences of not exercising your muscle. And remember to exercise your muscle.